Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Love Tips and Velvet Lips. I am your lovely host, Marla Renee Stewart, here live on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Ready to serve your questions and anything that you need, and really to talk about some fun stuff today. Good morning, Bearcats. I say Bearcats BB Coach. I want to say the whole name. But good morning, good morning, good morning. Glad you are here. It's a wonderful Monday morning, y'all. And so with this wonderful Monday morning, I did get a question, which I'm super excited to share the question and some context behind the question. But if you have a question and you're like, Marla, can you answer my question like right now? Absolutely, I sure can. You can go ahead and submit it in the comment section. You can DM me, or you can go to qrco.de/lovetipsama, and I'm happy to answer your question anonymously there. If you don't have my free erotic activity bucket list, please make sure you pick that up. It's an amazing tool to help you and your lover spice things up in the bedroom or outside of the bedroom, whatever you want to do, but thinking about different ideas that you may have. And of course, if you haven't seen, if you aren't subscribed to me, please make sure you're subscribed to my email list, because you probably saw that I have an array of classes coming up this first quarter. Super excited. Classes on unicorns, classes on communication, some really fun and amazing classes. So I hope that you will be able to check me out and join me there. It looks as if my internet may be a little slow. We've been having some internet issues, y'all. So I am going to change my internet. Probably should have did this before I got on, but didn't know my internet was going to be like this. So, yeah, hopefully let's make sure, let's be hopeful that this will work. So if you want to give me a second, think about any questions you might want to tell me, that would be fantastic. So let me change my little internet here. Come on. I'm gonna like make sure this thing is on. Turned it on. Here we go. Maybe not. In the meantime, please make sure you check out my classes at pillar.io/velvetlipsexed. That's sex without the E. To ensure that you get the things that you need, can sign up for the classes that you would like for in just a second. Awesome. Sweet. Okay. Oh, technical difficulties. You know, it is what it is, but here we are. All right. Okay, so the question that I got today, or I actually got the other day, but I figured it would be nice to give this question out. I got the question of, how do I explain to my wife that it turns me on to be seen naked? And I get this a lot. I believe I might have I did an article, I think, about exhibitionism, or did an entry for a journalist around exhibitionism. And so I tend to get these questions a lot around, hey, I love to be naked and I really want my partner to see me, be naked. And I totally get it. I love being naked. I think it's the best things that you could be free in your body and yourself. And to give you a little bit more context, right? So this husband said, he wanted to go explain it a little bit more. And he said, I'd like, really like to be her naked server for a hen night for her and her friends, right? I don't fancy them at all. It just turns me on entirely to think of being naked in front of them. And so I'm like, yes. And so there's that aspect of exhibitionism, wanting to be naked in front of other people just to be titillated. And, one of the things that you can approach, or how you can approach her, is you can just say, one of the things you have to think about is something you want to positively reinforce with your lover, right? So you have to say something along the lines of, I really love the way you look at me, and I think it would be even more titillating if I were to be nude while you're looking at me. Or even could say that. So you're giving some positive reinforcement, but introducing your idea. You could also introduce the idea of like, hey, wouldn't it be interesting or fun to maybe have like a hen party, and I could be your naked server. I could serve you and your friends. But I don't want anything to do with your friends or anything like that. I just want to be seen naked. And, maybe that's something you might be interested in. And bringing that up is going to bring up a lot of feelings. Now, some people might be like, hell yeah, I'm down. I'm into it, right? If they're very much a compersion person. Now, if they're more of a jealousy type person, they're probably going to be like, no, I don't want anybody to see you naked except for me, or whatever, right? So, I think it's really more about like talking about your fantasy. And a lot of times we don't talk about our fantasies because we're afraid of how our lovers will respond about our fantasies. We are kind of like, I don't think this is going to work, that kind of thing. And so we really kind of talk ourselves down instead of embracing, what our partners or lovers might say, and I think it's really important that we do mention like, hey, this is what I want. And, I am very, interested in, I'm interested in this concept or this idea. And, I want to bring it to you, as my lover, as someone who wants to help me with this particular situation. I think that is, what needs to be said. So I think, directness with some positive reinforcement is going to help you at least get it off your chest to say what it is that you want to say. Okay. So that is how you explain to your wife that you want to be naked. All right, y'all. So if you have a question, please feel free to submit your question at qrco.de/lovetipsama, or I'm happy to address them in the comments. If you want to put them in the comments or DM me for your question. All right. The next thing I wanted to talk about, which was the main subject for today. Like last week, I talked about, ways to love your lover, all the different things that you could do. And one of the things that I mentioned was around the love languages, right? So if you saw my blog last week, I talked about, Dr. Chapman's love languages, words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, physical touch. All of those things are great. And most people are familiar with the love languages and how to relate to one another. And it's a pretty broad concept that people have, learned about in one form or another, right? And what I really wanted to talk about today was Ann Hoddership's Speaking from the Heart, 18 Languages for Modern Love. So really cool, small little book you can get through in, an hour or so. But what's really great about it is that it has 18 different love languages, basically, right? So it's based off of course, the five love languages, but this is really a really great way to understand it all. So with that said, these are the different love languages, right? There's accountability, right? So someone who really is thinking about, okay, accountability, how does this feel? How I want you to take accountability. That's the way that I feel love or can express, my love, right? There's also active listening. So if you go on page 33, it lists all the different love languages, right? So active listening. Number 3 is acts of empathy. Number 4 is affirming communication. So that positive reinforcement that I said before, that's really helpful for people because it's sort of like a compliment, but also a way to connect. There's also bestowing. There's emotional labor, engaged experiences, intentional time, personal growth, platonic touch, problem solving, providing, shared beliefs, solidarity, teamwork, thoughtful service, undivided attention, and upskilling. So these are the 18 modern love languages. And oftentimes when I'm with my clients, I'll tell them, hey, even though there's 5 love languages, and I love the 5 love languages, I think they're very useful. This is also a really great way to understand you, a more a varied and diverse way of saying like, hey, these are some other things that people really enjoy that are super, super helpful for understanding how they receive love. And so I highly, highly encourage you to check it out. And it tells you sort of what accountability can look like, right? So accepting responsibility for actions, an unsolicited apology, a sincere apology, I statements, how can I make this right if I can, right? Acknowledging impact, feeling uncomfortable. But it also tells you like what accountability is not, right? Like not begging for forgiveness, not focusing on your intent, right? Making promises or commitments you can't keep, making a both sides argument, right? A blame game, right? All of these different things are pieces of the puzzle of understanding how you receive love and how it feels, how you can feel accepted or rejected based off of these things, right? So yeah, this is a really, really great book. I highly encourage you to check it out just because it's really simple, easy to use. It has just really great text of examples of what this looks like so people can understand like, oh, hey, this is me, or hey, this is what I do like or don't like, or whatnot. So super, super helpful book. If you don't have it, please make sure you go and get this book. It's called Speaking from the Heart. It's from Anne Hoddership, who again talks about the 18 languages for modern love. So I highly, highly, highly suggest you check that out. All right, y'all. So with that said, I just want to say it doesn't look like I have any more questions for today, just that naked question. But I hope you found the 18 modern love languages useful for yourself, maybe for a lover or some friends, people who are having trouble connecting. Really, really great way for that connection. And so I think that might be it for today. I don't see any other questions that come about. Might be a little slow Monday. That's okay. That is a-okay. Oh, next week, right? It's February, y'all. So February is all about creative romance. Next week, we're going to be talking about wet romance. What is wet romance, you say? Well, it can be a variety of things. You will have to wait to find out. on next Monday's show. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter already, please make sure you do that. Just because on every hump day, you'll get a newsletter, not only helping you with your love life and problem solving, anything that might be happening, but really understanding yourself as an individual and bringing that out and that lesson into the world, making sure you're arming yourself with the best tools possible to help you in your love life. So without further ado, please make sure you download that free erotic activity bucket list and hit me up if you have anything else to do. All right, or else to say. All right, y'all, it's been lovely. Thank you all so much. Again, I'm Marla Renee Stewart here on Love Tips and Velvet Lips, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And I will see you all on the flip side. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.